Hey guys, this is my Last of Us Episode 1 review. Now, first off, I gotta say that the TV shows that I watched in 2022, it was just one disappointment after another. You had Resident Evil. I don't know what the hell they was trying to do with that. You had Halo, another disappointment. I mean, those are two perfect examples of how to do a TV show based on a video game and doing it the wrong way. Because basically they tried to capture a new audience, but they screwed over the existing fans. And basically nobody watched it. It didn't get new people to watch it, and then the people that were fans of the video games didn't like it either. So, going into The Last of Us, I was kind of cautious. But one thing that gave me hope was when I knew that, when I found out that Neil Druckmann was involved in the TV show, because he was one of the main writers on the video game series. So knowing that gave me some hope, but I was still kind of cautious. But I got to say that after watching the first episode, they are definitely on the right track. I'm like, finally, somebody that actually gets it right, which is sticking to the source material, but also making, little changes here and there. But what's most important is that when I watched this first episode, it looked like The Last of Us, it sounded like The Last of Us, and it felt like The Last of Us. Plus, not only that, but they also added stuff to it and made some small changes that actually make sense for a TV series. Now, I think I love the way it started with the episode with, it was like 1965 or 68. And you had a whole bunch of scientists talking about, viral infections and bacteria, and how this one guy said that fungus is what you really got to watch out for. And it was just a perfect setup for the plot for this first episode. I liked how they even got the same guy that did the music for the video games. They brought him in to do the music for this show, which was a great touch. Watching this first episode, it was a lot of... I like how it was balanced with obvious, familiar scenes from the video games, and plus adding in new things to the plot, which for people like me who've played the games actually makes the TV series very interesting. It goes more in depth about certain things. I thought the actors all did a good job. I like Pedro Pascal as Joel. I really like Tess. Joel's daughter was good. Bella Ramsey as Ellie was good. And another thing I really like about this TV show is that this first episode was an hour and 20 minutes long, which is great, because if it's one thing I get sick and tired of, is these short ass episodes that be like 20 minutes. 20 minutes is not enough time to fully get invested into an episode, because by the time you start getting into it, it's over. But with this being an hour and 20 minutes, it gave us plenty of time to get to know the characters, to just be invested in the story. Now, I know each episode is not going to be the same length. You know, some episodes are going to be longer than others, some shorter. But with this first episode, it's a good start. I like that it was an hour and 20 minutes. And since we have to wait a week for the next episode, I like these longer episodes because watching an episode for 20 minutes and then having to wait a week, it just, that's not enough. At least not for me. And the way the episode ended, it's got me hungry for more because it looks like now they're going to get to the part where we're really going to start seeing like some clickers and stuff. Because in the first episode, the only infected we saw were runners. So I'm very excited to see the clickers in the next episode. And as for the characters, they all did a really good job. I think the character that surprised me the most was Gabriel Luna, who played Tommy. Even though he doesn't really look like Tommy from the games, but his voice sounds almost identical to Tommy's. Especially there was this one part where Tommy had called Joel over the phone, and he was telling Joel that he was in jail and that he needed Joel to bail him out. I could have swore that sounded just like Tommy's video games voice actor. Gabriel did a really good job of sounding like Tommy. Now, as for Pedro Pascal, yeah, he looks a little different than Joel from the games, but he's got Joel's mannerisms down, pretty good from what I've seen. It took a little getting used to at first, but I thought he did a good job. So like I said, they're on the right track. This feels and looks like The Last of Us. And I'm just hoping that they can keep the momentum going on these next episodes. If they do that, shoot, man, they got a hit on their hands. Compared to the TV shows we've been getting lately, this is like a breath of fresh air for me. And hopefully the people that were involved in the TV shows that just bombed and failed, pay attention to what they're doing with this show, because they're doing it the right way. And I just look forward to the next episode. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that.